Welcome to another episode of Spyt-Takes. My name is Jens Anderson, aka Spytle, and this is my lovely wife and co-host, Ellen Anderson.
And Penny.
And Penelope. Little kissy Penelope. Yes, Penny. You gonna hang out there? Good. Okay, tonight we are talking about the latest episode, or the last episode of The Flash. So cool, this episode.
Good episode.
One of my favorites. We got to see a lot of cool stuff and learn a lot of things about Harrison Wells, who I think is probably your favorite character on the show.
Yes.
Is that fair to say?
Yes. Interesting character.
Interesting character. And we were introduced to another one of the rogues, the Pied Piper. Not always one of the main rogues, but definitely in Flash's rogue gallery. Hartley Rathaway is his name. And the whole thing kind of starts out with... this has a link to last week's episode, actually. The millionaire family that Heatwave and Captain Cold ripped the painting off from, those were the Rathaways.
Ah.
Yes. So...
Silly me, I didn't make the connection.
They're Pied Piper's parents. And so it was kind of cool to see them get screwed out of the painting, because in this lore, they're kind of jerks, right? So the Pied Piper... Oh, he wants to come up. Let him up.
You want to come up?
Move your foot.
Up.
Come on, Bunsen.
Up.
Yay, everybody
go.
loves to see your ass.
This isn't something you're supposed to do in public, I take it.
She looks like she's riding a horse.
Yes, I see the interest now.
Shake that booty!
There you go. Very cool episode. It kind of starts out with Flash stopping a caper. Harrison Wells helps him. And he heads home after a hard day of work. Harrison Wells, that is. Hops out of his wheelchair. And starts having some kind of... I don't know if it might have been bourbon, Ellen. He starts drinking bourbon.
At least he didn't do. At least he was sipping and not doing shots.
Oh,
bourbon,
God. I do it wrong, huh?
And his place is pretty badass. It's all
His
very
place is
modern,
really-
and there's tons of glass.
Which is weird, because you'd think he wouldn't want like people to be able to see in
Totally. I
and
was
like
like,
walking around.
I'm like, somebody's totally gonna see that.
Yeah, I thought so too. But I did notice that all of the exterior walls are really far away.
Right.
Any of these awesome doors that opened up and everything like that. But anyway, he gets a phone call, and somebody says, you know, I know what you did, or I know what you did last summer. It was one of those kind of phone calls. I expected Sarah Michelle Gellar to pop out. And all of a sudden, like, glass starts exploding all over the place, and he has to use his super speed to get away from the glass, and it was really cool. And I mean, we already knew that the Pied Piper was going to be on there, so it was Sonic-based kind of attacks going on. And apparently, Hartley had worked with Harrison Wells at Star Labs while building the particle accelerator. In fact, all of them, Cisco... Caitlin and Harrison, they all worked with him. And he was
Which brings up one of my favorite lines.
What? What?
What did Cisco say?
What's your favorite line?
It would have been so much better if you had said it.
Well, say it. What is it?
Okay, so I'm gonna butcher it because I only remember the last line. Was it sometimes you could be a jerk, but sometimes you could be a dick?
Does he say that?
Something like that. I totally botched it.
All right. Well, we'll get the actual line and figure out what it is.
We'll get it up there, but it was pretty damn funny. Yeah.
So good history going on there, and he was actually kind of a stick up his. Okay, no, that would be a bad reference. Never mind. He was very. All the words that I would describe about this guy.
Ass?
Well, the character is gay, so I didn't exactly want to be jumping to that because...
Well, I didn't know that.
Well, I did. That's why I bailed out of the comment. I was like, that's it. Bad! That's awesome.
You know what?
What?
Sometimes, most of the time you're a jerk, but
Yeah.
sometimes you're a dick.
You're a dick. Is that what
I
he...
think so.
Okay, there you go.
Hopefully I just redeem myself. If not, oh well.
So anyway, we learned that he actually he says he knows Harrison Wells' big secret,
Don't do that, sweetie.
and he has a confrontation with the Flash. He gets caught. He confronts Harrison. They bring him back to Star Labs, and we learn that Hartley had warned Harrison that there's a chance the particle accelerator could blow up.
Right.
And I think that's like one of the most important things because he went ahead with it anyway. Harrison did.
Right.
And later in the show, we see him.
Because he thought it was worth the risk.
He thought it was worth the risk. Or is that the reason? Or did he need to do it regardless?
Right. But
He's from the future.
But bottom line, it wouldn't matter is that he was still possibly killing people, ruining their lives, changing their lives forever.
Okay, but that's the whole thing, right? So in this episode, he's clearly trying to save himself.
Right.
Because the Speed Force energy is not staying with him, or something's wrong. He's talking to Gideon, the computer, in his little secret chamber, and he's got the device that he's taking off of the suit that's storing up the energy, and he's trying to infuse himself with it. And at one point, he's running through the facility, and he loses the use of it, or loses the use of his legs. They
Right.
start vibrating really crazy, which really makes me wonder if he does need the wheelchair some of the times. And the reason he's in the wheelchair is because he doesn't know when he's going to actually be able to walk or not able to walk.
Right. Or he's just resting.
I'm just going to...
Well,
I'm resting my legs, guys. I'm going in.
As in, he's only got a certain amount of energy for that. Like, he's only got enough of the Speed Force. And
To even walk, you think? To super speed, for sure.
Yeah. So I think that he's in the wheelchair, and it's also because he's resting. Because even when he bursts, it's only for a really short distance.
Not when he had that big, like, huge climactic fight with the Flash, though. He was using a lot of stuff there.
Was that him?
Yeah, that was him.
For sure.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But he might have been trying to siphon off Speed Force from Barry.
Right.
So there's some theories out there whether this guy is Bart Allen or whether he's Eobard Thawne or whether he's, Hunter Zolomon. And my money is on Hunter Zolomon. I think he's Hunter Zolomon. I think that the whole Eddie Thawne thing is a ruse to throw us off and that he's maybe Eobard Thawne's like ancestor and he just happens to be on the show. And I certainly don't believe that it's Bart Allen. I just don't believe that it's Bart Allen. Anyway, so I think it's Hunter Zolomon. But, so he's definitely got some cool stuff going on. He's losing his powers. He's hoping that the end game with Barry comes soon so he can have his powers back permanently. But it's kind of, I was shocked when he went paralyzed. He went paraplegic for a second there. I was like, what just happened? That was crazy.
Stephen Hawking.
No, no, he wasn't.
There's a little part of me. That's
Oh my God, you're terrible tonight.
Oh, I'm so bad.
I will kill you, Flash, and take your power for my own.
I know. I do. I imagine with like the.
You have an incredible astronomy career ahead of you. Ow. Shit.
So,
I'm bad.
So,
Bad.
Another cool thing. So let's talk about Pied Piper. So Pied Piper is a lot of the Golden Age Flash characters are very hard to do because they're really freaking hokey. Like the original Captain Boomerang, the original Trickster, the original Pied Piper. It's so Golden Age hokey.
Yeah.
So how do you do a character like that?
The
these
high-waisted
days?
heroes.
Yeah, exactly. And
I was like, oh God, I hope he's not there with a little piccolo.
yeah, no, they did something different. They did the gauntlets. So what did you think of the gauntlets?
I thought it was good. I liked the gauntlets.
What did you like
They were
about
a little
them?
Nintendo Power Glove-y, but
They were kind of Nintendo Power Glove.
Nintendo Power Glove, locked and loaded with my finger on the trigger.
But I liked how they had flute elements. Like they actually kept these kind of like the I don't know what you call them on a flute when you press the button down and they actually close off the valves and stuff like that. But they had the little arm and the round circular disc that usually has the felt pad that closes off and changes the tones of what the flute can
I don't
play.
know what they're called. Is there a flautist in the house?
A flautist in the house. Tell us what it is. So that was that was really cool. I loved how they kept that aspect of it on there. But typically he would.
I
Go
suddenly am thinking of Ron Burgundy and his jazz flute, but
Oh yeah. Oh, Aqualung. Like. I didn't even think about that. Oh my god. Hello, Bunchard.
sorry, I probably totally threw us.
So, I loved how they had the flute tie in there, but typically what he would do with his powers in the past was mesmerize people and bend them to his will. This version is strictly offense. Like,
Yep.
sonic blasting and resonance
All about
and
the
stuff
damage.
like that. All about the damage, which was super cool. And this guy was definitely a chess player, too.
Yep.
Right? Like, he had plans and plans and plans and plans. And it almost killed Barry. That fight on the dam was a badass. Badass.
Pied Piper's all about the end game.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely Harrison Wells sort of outsmarted him at the end. But, I mean, when he used that resonance, because he basically got caught in Star Labs on purpose so that he could get Barry's, like, biorhythmic and, like, sonic frequency, you know, information and stuff like that. And so he lays a trap for him. And he's actually, like, throwing cars off the dam and stuff like that. Like, super powerful. And the gloves start resonating. And Barry's, like, organs are being torn apart. I mean, he was going to die.
Right.
Like, he was bleeding from his mouth and everything like that. Like, it was bad news.
We've got a bleeder.
Yeah, we got a bleeder. Good stuff, though. So he gets caught in the end. Harrison Wells uses some... You know what it made me think of? Sound-canceling headphones on an airplane, where it's like, you know, two sounds can actually cancel... The waves actually can cancel each other out. So that's how those work, by the way. It's picking up the microphone, all the sounds that are outside, and then it sends a counter wave to that sound into your ear to cancel all those sounds.
So, I mean, they could have just given Flash like a pair of Bose noise-canceling headphones.
Right? Well, that wouldn't have helped his body. Maybe a Bubble Boy, like Bose noise-canceling bubble. And he could have run around there like in
Really
a hamster
fast,
ball.
right?
Like a total noise-canceling hamster ball. This is a tactic he must use in the future, show creators. Pay attention. You heard it here first. If you use that too, we want a writing credit. That's all I'm saying. So good episode. I really liked where it was going. There was a minor story going on with Iris, her getting a job as a reporter, but then they didn't think she was holding her value because they really only hired her because they thought she had a connection to the Flash, which she doesn't anymore. But she does. She doesn't even realize.
All right, so Iris to me is like how Lana was on Smallville.
Yeah.
She's getting annoying.
Yeah. The character is really... I don't know what purpose it's serving right now. As for the women on the show, I like Caitlin Snow a lot. I think she's a great character, and her story with Ronnie Raymond in Firestorm is fantastic.
Right. And every character on that show has a distinct place, but I don't understand hers so much right now.
Well, she's the thing Barry can't have, and that's the worst part about it is that, like, I'm annoyed. It's like the whole Lois and Clark thing. I preferred Lois and Clark when Lois knew that Clark was Superman and they were together. You know, I like that better. I don't want to see a show where Iris doesn't have or Barry doesn't have Iris and is pining after Iris and they don't have that relationship. Like, I want to see him with Iris. His job is hard enough as it is. Why does he have to pine away for this woman? Come on, get them together.
So we'll see how long that's going to take.
Get Thawne out of the picture. So she moved out. She's with Thawne.
I don't know,
And
he's kind of handsome.
Barry makes a millennial joke and says, well, I'm a millennial. I guess I'll move back in with you. So he moves back in with his stepdad, or foster dad, Detective Allen. Which was kind of cool. I like that, actually. That wasn't that bad. So good episode. The rogues are all falling into place. You know, I feel like they have introduced more villains this season on Flash alone, its opening season, than they did in any other superhero show I can think of. Like, they've just been dropping these guys into place, which is awesome because Flash has this huge rogues gallery, and they should be used. You know, they should be used a lot and over and over and over again, and have that kind of serial nature for these characters. I'm super psyched about it.
Me too. There's so many characters to choose from.
Yeah.
That must be a blast to work with on that show.
So good job on the show this week. Keep it up. If you haven't checked out Flash, definitely give it a look. New episode coming up. Really looking forward to it.
It's
super awesome.
No, it's super heroic and optimistic, which
Yes.
is nice to see in a show.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I have to do a mea culpa.
What?
So, well, you know my feelings about Big Belly Burger and Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So last week, after they were done with the drone scene, I didn't realize it at the time, but he literally ate an entire mountain of Big Belly Burgers. So Big Belly Burger is making it over to Flash now.
What's up with that?
I don't know, but I'm actually okay with it on Flash because
he eats a lot.
he needs to eat a ton, and the whole fast food thing wouldn't be a problem. For Arrow, I just don't get it. He's a millionaire dude trying to keep his body as fit as possible, and he's throwing the equivalent of McDonald's in it.
True.
I don't get that. But Barry, I'm okay.
Yeah.
His metabolism can handle it.
For Flash, he's like, let's go head over to Jitters and get a cup of coffee, and then fill our bellies with Big Belly Burger.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I bought it on Flash. I was okay with that. Big Belly Burger is working its way back into my heart. Maybe my tummy soon, too.
Well, it is Super Bowl today.
That's right. Okay, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time on Spyt-Takes. Take care.